Oh, hi. Merry Christmas. I know this is late. Leave me alone. It's been a busy day. Uh, but then again, hey, when aren't the holidays? You know? But yeah, also, I hope you're excited about the news that I put in my news bulletins for the channel. But yeah. But I figured I might as well do something for the holidays. I gotta do it. This video is probably gonna be late. I'm sad about that, but it is what it is. I'm going and working with what I got. Leave me alone. At least you're getting a Christmas vid. It's not like I gave you guys a bunch of advent calendar shorts for the entire month. You're welcome. But yeah, also, during this thing, I am probably going to give a shout out to some of the people in my life who I know watch my content. They're good friends and they're good people. I appreciate you all. Thank you all. And I hope you're all having a good holiday. You've seen the title. You've seen the thumbnail. And you also saw my post from earlier. Come on. A Christmas video and you saw this. You really think I was going to make a video? Come on. Don't be foolish. I was not expecting to get this. So when I got it under the tree and I opened the packaging and I found this, I was like, oh, hello. It really is Christmas. But yeah. It's really cool to see, considering the fact that this is also the first AT-AT that I have ever actually gotten. And that I've been in possession of. So, this one's going to be possibly short, but I do want to appreciate this. So, here we go. First things first, I don't know who eats fruitcake, but yeah, no. If you're an enjoyer of fruitcake, you might want to leave the vid for a little bit. Just skip it a little bit. Because, yeah, no, I think it's fitting that if these are fruitcakes, yeah, it's fitting they use them for the feet, because I don't see them being useful for any other thing other than a brick. But hey, that's just me. I don't know. Fruitcake, that just sounds unappetizing. Good grief. There are some parts in here that are really cool. Notice the little holes here where you can slot in these bows. I can't tell if that's supposed to be icing or not, but hey, I do love the little candies that are scattered around, like here. We got the lights. We got these pieces. Hang on. So we got one here, and also for the neck. I don't know if anybody else is able to pick up on this, but I think these are supposed to represent marshmallows. And if they are, that is a beautiful and wonderful little detail. I don't remember typically what it is that they use for, like, decorating gingerbread houses. I know it's candy, but still. Like, what is it, gumdrops? Goody gumdrops. I don't know. I haven't done stuff with, like, a gingerbread house in a while. I'm sorry, I'd rather just snack on stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like to tinker and build stuff every now and then. I mean, hey, I do stuff with this for my YouTube. But when it comes to gingerbread, it's just a spicy cookie. I don't get it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah. Focusing back on the other stuff, I do love the detail. I accidentally just pressed down the cockpit a bit too hard. Whoopsie. There is a hatch where you can pop it open. You can see a little driver's seat. Unfortunately, the figure that comes with this set is not able to sit down in it and actually close the hatch on that. Maybe if they pop it open, they just see it like they would be driving on and maybe like a golf cart or something. Yes, imagine this is a golf cart. But yeah, I do love the peppermint candy canes for like the auto guns for this thing. It's really good. Also, I'd be lying if I also didn't like the fact, mainly because of the fact that I have an addiction to peppermint. I bear no shame. There's a bunch more candy canes on the Christmas tree, and I'm gonna raid that thing for all of them later. They're gonna start disappearing one by one, I guarantee you. Oh, by the way, since we're at this point right now, hey Cirrus buddy, I know you're probably watching by now. That's right, buddy. Look at the camera now. Yeah, that's right, look back at the video. I know you probably tuned out and you zoned out again. Hi, welcome back. How you doing? He's gonna hate me. Hey, to be fair, we had this conversation before, and I was still laughing my butt off at it earlier. You should have seen this coming. Also, since we're at this point where we're doing shadows and stuff like that, hey Artie, how you doing, buddy? And another friend of mine, who I do not get to speak to other than through these videos, a friend of mine has a kid who loves watching my content. And they like Star Wars stuff, and they like Lego stuff, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna love this stuff. Hi there, little buddy. How you doing? It's your unofficial uncle. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday, and well, considering the time this is probably gonna be uploaded, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Don't worry, you're gonna get more videos. I got a lot of stuff planned. These things are gonna be still coming through. But yeah, again, yeah, I really hope you all had a wonderful holiday. But yeah, enough about that. We'll get to the ending bits later. We still got more to go and talk about with this thing. Still love these lights. Yeah, let's see. Let's get into the interior, shall we? So there's a lot of cool stuff, and you get to see this guy right here. I'm gonna remove him for now, just so we can talk about the interior, and then we'll take a whole little segment for him. Look at that. There's a little wreath on here, and you can see there's a wreath here. There's presents, another side, and you can remove them. Granted, it's a little bit tricky, but hey. There's two presents, like so. If you look closely, there is that tile piece that you can just go and set them down on. Get in there. Okay. Now there is another bit of thing here. Hold up. Hello. Yeah, leave me alone. I'm having fun. All right. So we got a few things here. And as I was building this, I had to take note of this because I'm sorry, but some of this, this can't be just a little coincidence, yeah? So we have a fireplace. We have a rug, circular piece. I'm glad they actually had a curved and rounded off piece for the rug because it helps bring about a little bit more definition instead of just a single rectangular tile piece for a carpet or a rug. It's just the little things, you know what I'm saying? So we got that. We have these little flower pieces up there. Probably can't see them well, but I'm guessing they're supposed to be little small wreaths. I haven't seen them before, so it's cool to see them now. There's a little thing for another peppermint candy cane. I love the details of these little tiles being used to simulate stockings. But you'll notice something here, right? I am positive that that is supposed to be a little mini Death Star. I am positive that that is supposed to be a little mini Death Star. And if it is, that is adorable. That's awesome. That's a beautiful little Easter egg. Now, if you flip this around on this side, we have a little desk, or a table, and with it is a little teacup. But there's not just that, there's a new piece that I have not been acquainted with. Whoopsie. Look at that. I'm wondering what kind of usage this piece could have. You could use it maybe as a wheel on a train thing or whatever. You could use it as a piece, whatever. But yeah, no, they actually took this and they used it for a little saucer for a teacup. And I think that's adorable. Bravo. Bravo. But yeah. This is such a really cool set. I'm gonna set this down like this. Now, I'm gonna pop that open for now. I'm gonna set this aside here. The articulation on this is really cool too, because they have, and this is one of my favorite things. That wasn't as satisfying as I thought it would. Hang on. There we go. Be advised, be careful when adjusting these, because one thing I will mention, these pieces here are secured by these. They are not necessarily supported in the way that I believe would be better, which is unfortunate, but hey, I'm still glad we have this thing. Bit of recommendation. If you are to go and say, hey, I don't like the idea that it can do that, let me go and fix it, I would do the recommendation of, I would say, take a look at this right here. You can pause the video if you wish. I would extend this out slightly by using a white 1x2 tile, and then take a 3x2 plate and then attach it to here, and then do something similar for here, because these ones also go too. But yeah, I would recommend doing a similar thing up to here as well, so that way it's like stuck to the thing and it's more sturdy and reliable. If you have that inclination to do so and you have the spare parts, I don't at the moment, I might do that in the future. But yeah, I recommend doing that if that is the thing that's bothering you. But again, I am giving you a heads up in case you go like, whoa, where'd it go? One moment you're adjusting the legs, and then all of a sudden you hear a pop, and then whew, clatter. You know what I'm talking about. You tinker with Legos like I do. You know what I'm on about. It's always a sound that we all fear. Unless it's the pieces being dumped onto the table in a space where we know it's safe, and the parts aren't going to go flying off into the ether. In that case, it's different, but I digress. Also, I think this is supposed to be a little gumdrop. That or a little solid candy piece. You know what I'm talking about, yeah? I don't know. Whatever it is you guys use for decorating gingerbread houses or whatever. I don't know. Don't care. I'm happy for this thing, okay? Leave me be. I'm focusing on that. I tinker with our own Legos, not tinkering with gingerbread. But yeah. Speaking of which, we have this. It is a gingerbread. Let me see if I can get this to focus. We have a gingerbread Darth Vader. And it is really nice. And there are some pros and cons of this figure. One, it's a really cool piece. But two, there's also some parts where they did a good job with this, but there could be more that was done. And I will elaborate. That is a plain nougat, I believe, brown minifigure headpiece. Now, when I saw this, as I was assembling this, I got a little bit disappointed. Reason why? I had a memory of a custom Gingerbread Darth Vader figure pop up in my feed. At the time, I was not aware it was a custom. I thought they were just showing it off. And then I saw this. In addition to that, I also saw that there was printing on the arms. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I can't wait to get that if I ever do. That's going to be really cool. And then I saw that it didn't. I'm like, oh, why is that? And then the memory hit. It's like, oh, right. That was a custom, not an actual thing. Which is why I'm a little bit disappointed. And I will say this. This is a cool figure. His lightsaber's in there. I'm not going to get it out. It's in its spot. I'm not fiddling with it. I feel like they could have done a little bit more, and if they did, it would have been just so much of a nicer touch to make this, to round out this figure and make it better. I do love the little sugar cookie he has in his hand. But yeah, this is still a cool figure, and I love it. And you know what? I'm gonna see if I can do this thing where I just put him in here. Yep. You can't close it, but you can just have him poking out and looking around. But yeah, this is still a cool set. There is the other thing, like that cave. You saw that thing. It's beautiful. Also really feels nice too. But it also brings up the thing of problems, like, I really wish that, like, you guys, Lego, you can do stuff with that, but you're not willing to give us waist capes on certain minifigures for Lego Star Wars. Come on. Give us the waist capes, hand them over, stop printing the bloody waist capes on the figures. It's gonna be better, and you're gonna have a lot less complaints, and you're gonna have people buying them more. One of these days, I'm gonna not have to worry about complaining about waist capes. One of these days, hopefully. But I digress. Back to the holidays. So, this is a really cool set. Lego did make another set this year of another AT-AT, but it's like a little diorama set, right? And I do know that there's potential of another AT-AT set that is coming out next year, which isn't that far away. But yeah, hopefully that one's another interesting one. I might get that one, because another thing is, that AT-AT is supposed to be a prototype version, because there's multiple different AT-ATs that shut up. Not the reverse shut up. That's not Star Wars. That's not getting into that. But like, the Empire had AT-ATs, I think AT-CTs, which I think were bigger, and they were meant for like transporting cargo. And then there was the AT-AT prototype, which was floating around 2 years before the Battle of Yavin. And for those of you who do not know what on earth I'm talking about, that is 2 years before the events of the fourth movie of Star Wars, A New Hope. But yeah. They had a little diorama thing of the Battle of Hoth, and it had an AT-AT and a Rebel snowspeeder, and it looks cool. It looks pretty well detailed. Good diorama, please, but the price is not something I'm okay with. But I digress. I just like how this thing is, and I imagine there's going to be a bunch of other people who are going to be going and getting this as well as compared to that one. Reason being, this is a really cool thing. It's a festive set. It's fun. It's creative. It's beautiful. Plus, there's people who have also taken this thing and they've ran with it. With making alt builds. I've seen an ATST. I've seen an ATTE. I've seen an Imperial shuttle. I've seen a BD-1 droid. What else? I think maybe a pod racer even? Like, there's a bunch of crazy stuff you can make with this thing. Now, I will admit that before I did that thing, I was going to make this video and I was going to send it out. I was actually thinking about taking this thing, dismantling it, and then remaking it into one of the alt builds. I think one of them was an ARC 170 Starfighter too. That was another one that I missed. But yeah, I went to see that on Rebrickable, and I saw the schematics. All of them, I would have had to pay for to build them. No, thank you. Disappointment. But hey, it's what it is. When it comes to this stuff, it's still cool. Would I get this set? Absolutely. Would I try getting it before the holidays end and the new year? Also definitely. If you're a scalper, piss off. Yeah, this is just a really cool set. There's cool stuff in here. I would probably maybe see, if you want to get some festive stuff, see about getting a custom Gingerbread Darth Vader figure. Not saying don't get this one. No. Get this one. Get this set. It's a good one. Trust me, you'll love it. Plus, this is going to be a really good decorative piece later in the future. I'm going to be getting the next advent calendar, probably. because of course I am. It's more stuff, more little mini builds I get to tinker with and fiddle around with. But yeah, there's that. And yeah. It's just a really cool thing. I'm happy to have it. It's gonna be annoying to figure out where to put this thing for display though, but hey. Holiday decor. Yeah, alright, that's gonna be about it for the video. Do stay tuned. I'm probably not gonna be posting next Wednesday, due to the fact that it's the New Year's. I want to make sure I do things the way that I want to. I'm going to enjoy stuff at my pace and do things on my own time. You will get your videos. Do not worry about that stuff. I know what I'm doing. Somewhat. Have some faith. But yeah, I've got some other stuff I'm going to tinker with. I'm going to be fiddling around with and building later. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you all have had or have a wonderful Christmas and a holiday. Merry Christmas. Sorry, reset. Merry Christmas, everyone. Truly. I hope you've all had a wonderful time, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year. That's all for now. This is Chrono, signing off for the year. See you around, fellas.